All right, welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Troy Coughlin Jr. from the NHRA Pro Stock Series, who is driving the famous yellow Jegs car, of course, that his uncle, Jeg Coughlin Jr., drove for so many years. How's it going, man?
Doing awesome. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, so one of the biggest things that coming into this NHRA season was, Jag wasn't going to be in the car. You were going to be in Pro Stock. Of course, you were in Top Fuel before that, and you drove other categories throughout NHRA in the last few years. But what's it like to take over the iconic yellow Jegs car from your uncle?
It's really neat. I've been watching Jag my whole life, whether it be in a bracket car or a Pro Stock car or just about everything. So it's a big honor, just to get a call from Jeg and saying, hey, you think you want to take my place in 2021? I'm tickled. Absolutely. I chomp at the bit. I'm all in. So yeah, just absolutely honored and really excited at the opportunity, and we want to shine and be at our best.
So kind of going into, we've only raced for, 2 races this season, but how do you think you've done so far?
There's still a lot to learn yet, but we've done okay. The car's running awesome. The guys work extremely hard. Everybody in the engine shop at Elite Performance, they're putting in all the hours, and I'm learning. There's still a lot of things I want to work on. It's just such a world of difference from what I'm used to. Been driving dragsters pretty much my whole career. Just hitting the tree, being comfortable in this car and shifting well. And it's so challenging. It's a very cognitive class and takes a lot of focus, and perfection is absolutely rewarded in the class of Pro Stock. And it's probably the most challenging class I've ever driven, to say the least. So we're getting there. There's still work to be done for sure, but I don't know if I could put a grade on myself just yet after 2 races, but right now, just getting my bearings and trying to get my comfort level up and spinning the tree better.
Yeah. So kind of going into, so far this season and how it's been going, how different is it driving these Pro Stock cars compared to whatever else you've driven in your career?
Oh, a lot different. You're a lot busier. Your body's active. You're shifting. You're down track shifting. You're setting line lock staging. You're active. You're needing to shift on time. If you short shift, you're knocking power away. If you're hanging out on the limiter while shifting, you're knocking momentum out of the car. So there's a lot to be said about shifting on time. That's probably the biggest difference, is just the activity down track, having to shift on time and letting the clutch out, trying to be on time there, hitting the tree. So mainly that.
Yeah, I had to get, so yeah, of course, the tree is more important now than it was. The tree is still important in Top Fuel and Funny Car, but it's really important when you get to Pro Stock, and also in Pro Stock motorcycle, as well as all the other categories in NHRA. But what made
we live in thousandth of a second, so absolutely, it's very important.
Also, coming in, we're going to Atlanta. We obviously know that will be the last race, last Southern Nationals at Atlanta Dragway. I know everyone's had a lot of memories there. I know I'm probably going to be talking to a lot of NHRA guys before this, but what are your fondest memories of that track?
Oh, geez. Well, heck, we've been going there since we were kids, but probably going when I was about 7 years old, 1997. Uncle Jag won in comp there. I can't remember who he ran in the final, but just watching him win races there was always a lot of fun. Going as a young kid, that race was always in the, I want to say it was closer to the springtime. Just going down there, being down there was always fun. The weather was always nice. The track was always cool, and a lot of history there. A lot of great names have won that race, and we really need to put my name on that flag. So it'll be a big honor.
So kind of going into this this season and stuff, what other tracks are you looking forward to in that throughout the year for Pro Stock?
Well, you want to say all of them. You got to love all of them.
Yeah.
But, Indy, nothing beats Indy. I mean,
Yeah.
pro stock and Indy, there's nothing like it. Norwalk, really looking forward to get back to Norwalk, home state, Ohio. Yeah, it's like going to Seattle. That little track's fun. Sonoma, it's a beautiful racetrack. Bristol's an amazing track. Charlotte's fun. I mean, they're all awesome, but there are a lot of great fans at all these cool cities that we go to, and we're just very lucky and very able to go to these great tracks, and a lot of great track owners out there to keep these places as nice as they are. So we're lucky to have such awesome people in the industry and sport that we're in.
All right. Troy Coughlin Jr., thank you so much for coming on, and best of luck when we go to Atlanta Dragway next week.
Hey, thanks for having me on, and appreciate your time.